We move on to the 10th story. Day dawning, the warriors led by Vishwamitra reached the banks of the river Ganga. The rishis who were there secured for them a boat and told Vishwamitra, "Please use this boat to cross the river with the princess. Do not tarry." "So be it," said Vishwamitra, and the three travelers sat in the boat and crossed the river Ganga, which was flowing towards the sea. When they were crossing, in the midst of the river, they heard a great noise. Rama and Lakshmana were impressed by the thunderous noise, which was continuous, and Rama said, "Lord, where is this roar from? It is wondrous and at the same time fearful." "I will tell you," said the sage. Brahma once created out of his mind a lake which is rightly named Manasarovar. This river Sarayu, which flows all along the edge of your city Ayodhya, was born out of this Saras. At this spot, actually, she is blending with the golden waters of the Ganga. Salute the two rivers." They did as they were bid, and soon they reached the southern banks of the river. They resumed their walk. After a while, they reached a dark forest. It was dense and damp. No light from the sun could filter into the forest. So thickly were the tree branches intertwined. But what surprised Rama was the beauty of the forest and a strange lack of habitation there. This spot, which seemed ideally suited for any number of ashrams, was empty, and there was an eerie and frightening silence pervading the entire place. Only animals seemed to make their presence felt. Rama said, "My lord, what strange noises! Beetles are making shrill music, and the wild animals are roaring and making characteristic noises. Even the birds seem to cry harshly, and there is no music emanating from the throats. The trees are all dense, and they have darkened the place. I am not able to see anything. I cannot see the sun at all. Tell us, what forest is this, and why is it deserted by human beings?" Vishwamitra was pleased with the natural curiosity of the youngsters, and he said, "I will tell you. This forest was not really a forest before. Two countries by name Malada and Karusha were existing here. They were fertile and they were well populated. Indra, when he slew Vridra, was guilty of Brahmahatya. He was purified by the heavenly host of rishis with waters from all the sacred rivers, and he was rid of the sin. This was the ground on which the waters flowed from the body of Indra, and the Lord of the heavens, pleased with the earth for having received the polluted water, said, 'I bless this ground. The countries will be called Malada and Karusha, and they will be extremely fertile.' The fame of these two was a byword in the three worlds, since they had been blessed by Indra. Now, several years later, a terrible Rakshasi by name Tadaka took possession of this place. She is ugly, horrible to look at, cruel by nature. She can assume any form she likes, and she has the strength of 1,000 elephants. She is the wife of a good Yaksha by name Sunanda, and her son is Maricha, who will bring you fame in later years. This Rakshasi has occupied the entrance to the two countries, and no human being dares to enter here, since she is extremely fond of human flesh. A yojana and a half from here, where we are standing now, is a dwelling place. I am asking you to kill her. Kill this Tadaka and make this land habitable once more. You and only you will be the man who has courage enough to enter the land occupied by this dreadful woman, and as for the number of human beings she has consumed, there is no count. This Tadagavana does not boast of a single inhabitant. Still, she will not abandon this place and go elsewhere." Rama was listening to the words of Vishwamitra very carefully. He then asked in a soft and gentle voice, "My lord, you tell me that she is the wife of a Yaksha. I have been told that Yakshas are not so powerful as the other heavenly beings, like the Devas, for instance. How then can a woman be so strong? You say that she has the strength of 1,000 elephants. How can that be possible?" It is a pertinent question, said Vishwamitra. It is because of a boon which he was granted. Once there was a powerful Yaksha by name Suketu. He had no sons, and so he performed a very intense tapas. Pleased with him, Brahma granted him a daughter by name Tataka. She was granted the strength of 1,000 elephants, but the Yaksha did not get what he had prayed for, a son. But it was the will of the gods, and so, satisfied with the gift which he had been granted him, the Yaksha brought up his daughter as he would, a son. She grew up to be a beautiful maiden, and when she was of marriageable age, he gave her to Sunanda, the son of Jarjara. In course of time, she gave birth to a son by name Maricha. Sunanda died, and after his death, Tataka's nature underwent a change. She went with her son to the ashrams of Agastya and began to harass that great man with her advances. She desired him, and with this desire evident by her progress, Tataka went towards Agastya. Looking at her and her behavior, which was entirely against all modesty expected of a woman, Agastya, who was radiant as Lord Agni himself, became very angry, and he cursed her to become a Rakshasi. You will lose these attractive feminine looks, and you will be ugly and formidable. You will eat human flesh and be despised by all, said the Rishi. Furious with Agastya for this curse, Tataka has occupied this country, and she has been killing anyone and everyone who has been foolish enough to enter this forest without knowing about her. Rama, for the sake of protecting the human beings in the neighborhood, the hermits, the cows and other gentle animals, you are to kill the Rakshasi. No one but you will be able to kill her. I know that you are not very keen. You are not happy about it, since she is a woman. But then the duty of a Kshatriya, as I know only too well, is to protect the oppressed and the good. Several people have killed women for the common good. Why, Indra himself killed Mandara, the daughter of Virochana, who had been wanting to destroy the entire world. Bhrigu's wife, the mother of Shukra, once desired that there should be no Indra, and Lord Narayana himself killed her. Several other women who have been sinful have been killed in the past. Do not hesitate to kill Tataka. The prince stood humbly in front of the rishi and said, My father, when he sent us with you, said, Go with him and obey him in all things as you would my commands. He spoke to me in the presence of the elders of his court, and I will never disobey my father. I will certainly do as you ask me to do. I will kill Tataka since you have asked me to. It is a command, and it should be obeyed. For the sake of protecting the hermits and the cows, and for the good of the country, I am prepared to do your bidding. That's all for today. Thanks for the support. Please do like the video and share.